It's Tuesday night, and here's what happened. Ken Paxton, the Attorney General for the state of Texas, most recently in the news for a very scandalous affair, has decided to sue the makers of Tylenol, both past and present, for concealing links to autism. It's going to be real fun to watch him go to court and have to literally prove that Tylenol causes autism when there is no established or respected research that connects those things. Since 1910, there's been this thing called the Commission of Fine Arts, and it's a board of about 6 people who typically advise the president and Congress on the aesthetics and design choices that are made that relate to things in Washington, D.C. or public and governmental buildings. Well, Donald Trump just fired all those people. So it looks like when it comes to design aesthetic of whatever this ballroom is and whatever this triumph arch is and whatever else he's doing to the White House, he'll no longer have a committee to answer to, which is very concerning because these people are typically tasked with hiring the people who would professionally remove art or prepare spaces for major construction. So apparently we're just gonna ram it through. Tyler Robinson, the accused killer of Charlie Kirk, had a small win in court today. They ruled that he'll be allowed to wear his own clothes to trial, so he can either dress formal or casual. He will not be required to wear his jailhouse jumpsuit in the courtroom. A former Russian sex spy told the New York Post that the next target for Russia is going to be honeypots set for Silicon Valley tech bros. And she gave some advice about how these romance scams start. She says it starts with love bombing, messages full of compliments, bikini photos. Then they pretend to be weak or alone. My parents were killed. I'm a student. I have no money. Then there's this thing called milk technique, where operatives fake mutual connections on social media to appear legitimate. The fake accounts follow you and follow your friends and also follow this girl, so it makes it look like, oh, we're all in the same community. Then once that trap is set is when the real psychological torture starts. They make you doubt yourself. They say things like your boss doesn't appreciate you, trying to create a bond with you. Then they start extorting you for information. They make the person feel afraid that they'll lose their relationship, it'll disappear forever, there's an emotional rush, and people give up things that they would not otherwise. The spy said that tech workers are particularly vulnerable because many are isolated and overworked. I know this is going to sound crazy, but we do in fact have a civilian-led military that is like part of the Constitution. In fact, when the Secretary of Defense becomes the Secretary of Defense, he has to resign if he's active duty military to become a civilian to lead the department. But the Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, doesn't understand history or tradition, so he is now trying to fire all the civilians who work in the Pentagon. And he's saying that there's just going to be a process coming out to try and get rid of people who are underperforming, but it is specifically targeting civilians in the Pentagon. And then the military blew up 4 boats off the coast of Venezuela, which is an escalation, killing 14 people. Earlier this week, the Trump administration busted NBA professionals who were illegally gambling. That investigation started with the Biden administration looking into UFC. When UFC's Dana White found out about this, he became a super MAGA supporter, hoping Donald Trump would come in and shoo this under the rug, and of course he did. Read more about that on the Substack.